Behold, behold the wood of the cross, on which is hung our salvation. O come, let us adore.
We have come here today for the Good Friday service liturgy, not to witness the death of Jesus or to participate in his funeral, but to meditate on the greatest ever love of God. The symbol of passionate love and the color of that passionate love is red. That's why for the Good Friday liturgy, we use the color of red to signify the greatest love, all the love in the world put together. Jesus makes the personification of love. Of course, he is God, and he shows God's love. When Mel Gibson, the American, made his film, The Passion of Christ, before it was made available in the cinema or in the movie theaters, it was first shown to the then Pope St. John Paul II. He was ailing that time. Those were the last weeks of his life on earth, John Paul II, the saint. One eyewitness of the papal household shared that they first watched this movie, The Passion of Christ, with Mel Gibson in the Vatican. So the Pope must have been reclining and following the movie. Then there must have been about less than 30 people, the Pope, few cardinals, some bishops, and those who work in the papal household. Having watched this movie, many cardinals and those who watched the movie had commented, "Mr. Gibson, we cannot let this movie be presented this way. There is so much blood. It is like a butchery. It is so barbaric, brutal. Therefore, we cannot let this movie to be presented this way." Then the ailing Pope, who had been silently listening to all the discussions, had said only 2 words, of course in Italian: "Era così." Era così. Translating, it was like that then. In the life of Jesus, we also see the parallel situations throughout the history of the human history. The brutality, violence continues in different ways. Humanity is against humanity for very selfish reasons. And in the sufferings of the victims, we see Jesus present there. The cross that Jesus had to bear was not simply a wooden log or wooden cross. The cross that Jesus had was the administration motivated or influenced by the Greek thoughts, Greek ideologies. And those ideologies presented a twisted understanding of things, a twisted way of looking at things and people. And Jesus saw that, and it was a heavy cross for him. The second cross, symbolically, he had was the religion, which was full of rubrics, which was full of external activities, rituals, but which did not have God in it. The Passion narrative reminds us of that. The time of Jesus is recorded as around 2 in the afternoon. And it was the Passover day celebration. Priests, of course, Annas, should not have been there because he was a retired high priest. But because of the corruptions put together, he also was involved in this with Caiaphas, his son-in-law. And they have manipulated the people and the rulers, and they were offering the Easter, the Paschal lamb. The unblemished lamb was to be offered in the Jerusalem temple, and having manipulated everything, having manipulated to kill Jesus, now they were happily or devoutly, of course, perhaps they did not understand the wrong that they were engaging in because they were so biased by the way they have been thinking. The religious practices, the rubrics, the liturgies they were used to. So they were faithfully offering the Paschal lamb while killing God. That is the greatest paradox. They were offering sacrifices in the temple, but Jesus, God, being killed. We cannot find any other dichotomy. And the Good Friday service reminds us of God's love. What the great love that God had then is having towards the humankind. And it could be reenacted even today. We could be even misled by so many ideologies of the world today. We could be misled or satisfied by only the rubrics and the rituals without having the real spirituality, real God in our lives, in our services. And the invitation, therefore, of the Good Friday is to find God and to understand His love and to be great witnesses to His love.
Behold, behold the wood of the cross, on which is hung our salvation.